Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you so much for taking some time for us. Excited to be joining you all today. Got Jason on the line with us as well. So, Jason, just getting everything kicked off. Annalise, now it's a party.
I love the holiday jacket, man. That's so good.
Well, I felt it was appropriate because this is really a webinar where we are bringing some gifts to the table, and so, I gotta come prepared.
You're always you're the showstopper, Dan. I gotta come prepared. I need to start ordering some holiday jackets and sparkly things.
I have to say, this is probably one of my top five favorite jackets, but you can't be too close to an open flame when you wear this thing.
Yeah, we also can't wear it most of the year. Although I would be pretty entertained if you showed up with it on in the middle of July or something.
I'll see what I can do next time I come visit the office.
Yeah.
So we usually kick this thing off with a poll, but I was thinking, what's everybody's favorite Christmas song? In my opinion, there's only one right answer, which is "All I Want for Christmas Is You" by Mariah Carey. Timeless classic.
Uh, so we should answer too, Annalise. And I'll go ahead and spare you like having to go first, so you have a second to think about it. But folks, you can chat in using the chat feature and let us know what yours is too, because I'd love to hear. We should have put some sort of poll together for this. It would have been great. Um, so I'm a little biased. My son is a choir singer and he has been for years. So, just a little bit of a brag, but he's in the like access choir, which is the one that competes and stuff. So good on him. Very proud of him. But they did Carol of the Bells at a choir concert earlier this week, and it gave me so much joy because it's one of my favorite Christmas songs to begin with. And then hearing him and the rest of the like 12-year-old choir sing it was really good because they had the rounds, they had all the different like soprano and tenor and all that other stuff singing. And you know how that song goes, yeah. So it was really special. I think that one's my favorite one this year.
Oh, that's fantastical.
For some reason, Grandma got ran over by a reindeer was the first thing that came to my mind. But if we don't like that one, I think you're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. I just watched The Grinch this weekend, so those two.
It
Those
is
are
pretty
heavy
good.
hitters.
Annalise, you want to post that comment to everybody? I think it just went to the hosts and panelists.
Oh, yep.
Yep. So as we go along today, please feel welcome to ask any questions. You can use the chat feature or the Q&A feature. We'll see both of them. So use whichever is easiest for you. Those buttons should be probably right around here on your screen, right towards the bottom middle. Drop some favorite Christmas songs in the chat too. We'd love to know what those are. What gets you grooving this time of year? What gets me grooving this time of year is the fantastic technology that our engineers have been hard at work developing. And what I am really excited about is this tech will give you something that you can't just go buy at the store. It's the one gift that, nobody can really give. And when you get it, you can spend it, you can waste it, you can kill it if you want, you can invest it. And that's time. That's the one thing that you'll just never be able to make more of. But we are giving you more time back in your day to do all the important things that come your way.
I wasn't sure where you were going with that, Dan. That turned out really sweet. I really liked that. But when
Thanks.
you said kill it, I got a little nervous for a minute.
So before we jump into the platform demo, just cover our bases, talk a little bit about MGT, who we are, what we do, make sure we're all on the same page there. We'll talk about appetite a little bit as well, so you know what to keep an eye out for. And then we are proud to show today the future of insurance. So who is MGT and what do we do? We are the world's first neo insurer. What that means is that we are built from a foundation of modern technology that delivers an experience to you, to our policyholders, that is just as fast and as easy as any app in your phone, something that makes you look great by association because you're connecting these folks with a great insurance carrier that makes maintaining their policy really easy, makes it easy to understand what their coverage is, and really just at the end of the day, makes it easy to sleep at night. And that's what we like to do. We are very focused on small businesses. For us, that means up to 3 million in revenue for most risks, up to 5 million in revenue for professional and medical offices. We do write a lot of classes of professional and medical office. We also write a lot of retail stores, wholesalers and distributors, personal care services like your barber shops, beauty parlors, and nail salons. We'll write your bakeries, your coffee shops, your restaurants, your convenience stores, your liquor stores, your grocery stores. A lot of those smaller kind of mom and pop type businesses that really keep the local communities that they're in running. It's what we do every single day. We do write new ventures. We will write businesses with no prior coverage, coverage lapses, claims history. Those can all be eligible. So, I think a lot of times people start to hear about our appetite. They see the way the platform works and they think, oh, this is only for the most perfect, least hairy, most in the box risks that I'll ever see. We love those. Send those our way too. But we can handle some of the tougher ones that might land on your desk from time to time as well. So let me go ahead. I'll get the screen share kicked off. We'll get this party started. Oh, I've got this pulled up to mgtinsurance.com. I wanted to start here just to show you the BOP appetite page. This is a great resource to stay up to date with our appetite. We have got a ton of updates coming in the next year, which maybe towards the end of this, Jason, you might want to share if we're allowed to talk about them yet. There's a lot of really, really exciting stuff coming down the way. So I will absolutely send you over appetite guide PDFs all day long. Those are going to be pretty out of date in just a few weeks. And so this is a great resource to bookmark. Just make sure you're staying in tune with all the updates that are coming. This will show you all the states that we're live in. I think we will be growing that list as well pretty early into the new year, knock on wood. And then you can also converse with our AI appetite assistant, Amy. Amy's a great resource for you. She's available 24/7, 365. So even if you need to know for sure on Christmas morning whether MGT will be able to write, say, a restaurant in your area, you will be able to get answers to those questions anytime you need them. So Amy is pretty smart. You could ask something like, do you write a sandwich shop in Philadelphia? Amy understands that sandwich shops are a type of restaurant. She knows that Philadelphia is in Pennsylvania, which is a state that we're licensed to do business. She's going to come back and tell you, yes, we can write that. And also some important details that you might need to know before you start that quote. But you can also ask questions like, what are you best at? And Amy's flexible enough to be able to answer some of those questions as well. So this is a great resource. I always like to start here because you don't even have to log in to use this. And this is going to just prepare you for success. We just ask, what are you best at? And she's going to let you know these are all the things that MGT can do very well with. And here's what you need to know going in to start a quote. So once we've got a risk that looks like it's in appetite, just click sign in, and then that will take you into our platform. This is the new version of our online rater. It's still not quite available to everybody just yet, but we wanted to start showing this off because everything will be migrating over to this new system, probably just a couple weeks after the calendar page turns. From the start page, you can start a quote. We also made it very easy to add users to your team so you can make sure everybody has their own account. I do always recommend getting everybody set up with their own credentials. It's more secure. It also just makes it easier for communication if they need to go back and forth with underwriting to clarify a referral. And of course, our platform is really built to let your team collaborate so everybody can see the activity that's in the system. You don't need to share credentials so that everybody can open up a quote. It's just like that by default. And then, of course, you can find more appetite information too. Now let's go in. We'll check out the policies tab. You can use this to manage policies that you've bound with us. And then you can also manage quotes that you've been working on as well. And so let's go here and we'll start a new quote. And this is where, if you've ever been a demoer or worked with seasoned demoers, there's one thing that is almost always true, which is you go in with a plan prepared because you want to make sure you know it works. I am so confident in this technology, I threw the number one rule right out of the window. So let's open this up to the public. If you have a restaurant that's maybe your favorite place to go near your office, share that with us in the chat, and let's use those details to start a quote out so you can really see how cool this tech is and how easy it's going to make your life even when it's not like something kind of pre-prepared. Oh, Oliver's Italian. Now, I can personally vouch for this restaurant being an amazing place to go. So we'll start searching. Uh, we can kind of keep typing as we go along. You'll see it's finding some different places. We see our Greenwood Village risk right here. So we'll select that, then we'll click continue.
Yeah, there's a fun story associated with this. I mean, there's actually several of them, but all three of us got to meet some of our top producers there. They came out to visit us in Denver, here in our headquarters, and Dan happened to be in town at the same time, and we all went to dinner at Oliver's Italian. So what a great place to quote. It's a good idea, anyways.
So while you're seeing this page, you see the beautiful aurora over the mountain, the little dots kind of circling. What's happening behind the scenes, though, is really, really cool. There are about 3,900 different data points that we are looking up. That's an actual number, too, not just an exaggeration. So we are finding all kinds of details about this risk. We're working with several different data vendors and sources, and everything we're pulling's got at least a 90% confidence level. So you will find from time to time, it might pull numbers that just are not right. But one of my favorite things about this platform and the way it's built is it never removes the human from the process. We know nobody knows that risk better than you. So as you're going along through this, if you see something that maybe looks a little off or it's a little bit different from what the submission you're working on, you can always go in and update those details too. So first couple questions should be pretty familiar. Have there been any claims? Do we need to insure any buildings? We'll just click continue here to go into the next step. And the platform's actually looking up that class code or that business description. It's finding some details about that business, and it's identified Oliver's Italian as a fine or casual dining restaurant. So if we needed to change that, you absolutely can. But that's actually right on the money. So we're going to click continue. And then it's also using some of that information to pre-fill these eligibility questions as well. So I like to say trust but verify here. Say that it's finding 30% alcohol sales. Maybe the number we're working with is actually 15. Really easy to update that. And then we'll just click through and continue. We're finding the year it was established, the entity type. The system knows that's not a home-based business. I'm going to give them a few more employees too, and then we'll click continue again. That's finding the gross sales. Again, if you need to update these numbers, you always can. We'll update that to 1.5 million, then we'll click continue again. And now it's actually finding some details about the building itself. So it's going to think for a minute here. I will note that I'm working in our demo platform where I'm not really able to break anything. And so because of that, it's kind of on like the second string servers. It might be a little bit slower than it would be if you were going through this on your own. So I'm going to call an audible on this. I'm just tired of looking at the same screen. Let me jump into a quote that's already been completed, and we will kind of take a look at what this process looks like. So let's click in here. It's going to think for a second, get everything loaded up for us, and then we'll click edit to go back in.
Jason, I think there's a good question in there for you to answer. Will our OMI logins work on MGT, or do we need to get appointed through the credentialing department?
Thanks, Annalise and Pamela. That is a really good question. So, folks who are with OMI, we should have reached out to you if we have policies that are ready to transition. If you haven't heard from us yet, then I would recommend reaching out to your territory marketing manager and getting in touch with them so that they can be aware that you're looking to join the pilot, right? So essentially, we're piloting all of our OMI agents right now, and I apologize, Pamela. I don't know if your agency is going through the pilot right now or not. But that said, once we do have you set up as part of the pilot, your credentials will work across the board, right? So your old OMI logins, it's not the same system, so it won't be the same thing. But once we get you in the pilot, we'll get you all set up with MGT. All of your OMI policies will be a part of MGT, should you choose to transition them. And all of your logins will work across all of our systems as well. But you've got to be going through that pilot first. So if you haven't signed up for it yet, if High Street Insurance isn't a part of it, please reach out to your territory manager and we'll get that conversation started. Glad you're here though, because we're really excited to have the Oregon Mutual folks as a part of what we're growing here. It's been an amazing journey working with you all, so it's really exciting to see you on our webinar.
And then we got a fantastic question from David. Can you please list the coverages provided? I could not have asked for a better segue. So once we get the quoting information entered in, we will be able to get a quote back in just a couple seconds. You'll be able to scroll through this page. You could see all the various sublimits. You can update these as well. One really nice feature about the way our platform is built is it's only going to show you bindable options. It'll only show you coverage that you can stand behind. So we'll scroll through here. We are writing coverage on 100% ISO BOP forms, BOP forms. So that should be pretty familiar. It's what all the licensing, what all the designations are based off of. And you can scroll through and, we'll just kind of give this a quick scroll and see some of the different coverages that can be added. You can add some property coverage. You can update some general liability coverages. This particular quote's got some employment practices liability added. You can also add employment benefits liability. Some classes you can add professional, some classes you can add hired non-owned auto. So it's really going to be able to be something that you can tailor to that business, to their specific needs. Now, this is really, I think, one of the nicest features is once you're ready to bind coverage, just click continue to bind, enter in some information about the policyholder. I'll just put in my contact info here. And then we'll click confirm and send to insured. Now that's going to send an email over to the applicant so that they can go through and finalize their quote. I actually have my inbox open constantly on another screen. I've already got that email in my inbox, so it's super fast. And then it lets you stay in touch with what's going on in that process. At this point, we can understand that that payment link has been sent. Everything's queued up for e-signature, just hasn't been opened yet. Once it gets opened, then you'll see this box will turn into a checkbox. You'll be able to just kind of, again, follow up with that client if maybe they haven't put the payment through yet. You'll at least know they opened that link and they got it. They just haven't completed it. Now, part of our new platform as well is that we are adding support for monthly payments too, which we're really excited about. Um, and so for the policyholder's perspective, they just click continue, kind of go through that flow, super straightforward. I mean, if you can buy something off Amazon or Target.com, you can complete your policy purchase with MGT. And then once that happens, within just a few seconds, usually, within about a minute and a half tops, you'll have access to all the policy documents as well. So if you need to shoot out a certificate of insurance or proof of insurance, send over a deck page, you'll have all the documents available so you can do that. You can download those right here at the bottom. And, always takes a little bit longer with my narration. Every once in a while, we hit a bump in the road along the way. But even with everything that got thrown at us with some great questions along the way, I think that still took about 10 minutes tops to go from starting a quote to bound and issued.
So a little behind the scenes for everybody on the call, and Dan, so that you know, I've been chatting with our engineering team to let them know that what you ran into, and they're presently working on it. They were messing with the test environment. So it was just the test environment, like we said, and it was just down for a moment. So it figures that it was while you were doing our weekly demo.
You got to stop taking their parking spots, Jason.
That's what it is.
So we'll open it up to questions if anybody saw anything they want to dig into or has other questions. Could be appetite, coverages, uh, how everything works. Where I got this jacket. Hey, anything's up for discussion. So please use those chat features towards the bottom of the screen and see if you can stump us.
Seeing while we're waiting for questions to come in, seeing a lot of names of folks that we regularly work with. I had the privilege of meeting Mo yesterday as well. Mo, I'm really glad that you're here today. We're excited to get started with you all. Alice, I know that you're regularly in our new platform and working with us. There's a lot of names on here with folks that are regularly hopping in and helping out. So really glad to have you all here today. Thanks for joining us. So we got a question, Dan. Coverage is not offered. Is it work comp, commercial auto, excess, anything else?
Yeah, I mean, it's really, I would say, the coverage that's available through MGT is the ISO BOP form coverage. There are some add-ons available, like outdoor signs, but other lines just we're not set up to offer those yet. But I will say, stay tuned because that story will be changing over this next year and some change.
Yeah, so great question, folks. Ask some other ones because Dan, real quick, if we don't get any more questions, then we'll wrap. But Dan, you had asked me to talk a little bit about something before we were done, right? Do you mind
Yes.
recapping what that was?
Yeah, if you want to just maybe touch on some of the new product that we'll be adding in 2026, I think that'd be a great thing to include.
Yeah, absolutely. So, as many of you heard, because we had some great questions from the Oregon Mutual folks, we actually recently set up a partnership with them where we're excited to bring our technology and products to the Oregon Mutual team as well, and all the agents that exist in those states. A lot of what it is that we're doing is filing similar coverages that they have so that they can place those products on MGT paper if they like. And because of that, you'll see some of that coming over to our admitted program as well. So we're looking at adding things like LROs next year, commercial auto. We're looking into things like habitational, and right around the corner that we know for certain because we've already built it and filed for everything is contractors is coming here within the next couple of weeks. So y'all are getting the one of the very first announcements of that because we haven't publicly gone with it yet. We always like to make sure that we have a solid date before we announce it to everyone. But since you're here on the demo, we can give you a sneak peek. So lots of stuff, and that's just what it is that we have planned for the moment. We have an entire team that's going to be dedicated to researching individual territories and what sort of coverages are needed. So, for instance, right now we do offer stopgap in Washington and Ohio and those states that need it in those oh, what is the term? I always forget it, the monopolistic states. But it's things like that that we're looking to develop even more robust products and packages based on meeting you and your insureds where it is that you need. So not only do you have hundreds of quotes that we currently already offer, classes, I mean, and more on the way, then you've also got very custom tailored coverages meant to suit you and your individual state jurisdictions. So yeah, very exciting time to be a part of this.
Absolutely. And we couldn't do it without agents like you. So you too, Jason.
Thanks.
Um,
I am an agent, if you didn't know that.
that's right. Licensed in all 50 states, I do believe.
Yeah, yeah. Aren't you too? You're licensed as well, aren't you?
I am, but just in Virginia.
Okay, that's all right. You don't need the rest of them.
The best state, if I do say so myself. Um,
Well, we're not getting any other questions in, so
Great.
I think we're
Well,
probably good.
thank you so much, everybody, for taking some time to join us. We really appreciate your time. We know it's valuable and appreciate you sharing some of that with us. Um, this is always my favorite time block of the week where we get to engage directly with those folks who are most interested in learning about MGT and working with MGT. As you have a chance to get started with us and get into this new platform, we would love to get your feedback because we have not built this on our own. We've gotten a ton of great agent feedback. We know nobody knows the risks better than you. Nobody knows what you need better than you. And if you share that with us, we can build those tools that help you protect those risks in your area and give you what you need to deliver great service along the way.
And don't
So,
forget, folks, if you need to get in contact with us, mgtinsurance.com, chat features there. You can request a call. We'll get in touch with you.
so thank you so much, everybody. I hope you have a great rest of your afternoon, and we will see you in the platform soon.
Bye, folks. Happy holidays.